Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your boy, Katakuri. Get ready. We're going to take a peek at Big Mom Pirates, let alone a build in which isn't going to break the wallet in terms of 8-drop Katakuri. Now, at the end of the day, we do have some cards in here that are a little bit pricey, just not so much. We have cards in here that are going to be staple, be it the Cracker and the Pawseplay's. Other than that, this list is going to be relatively affordable for all new players out there who are interested in Big Mom Pirates, who want to play Katakuri, and do it affordably and have a good time while staying competitive. This is my personal list in which I am having a lot of fun with, and I think at the end of the day, I've never felt like I actually need to have 8-cost Katakuri in the deck. It's nice, but it's one of those cards where if you don't want to shell out 70 bucks a pop, you can get by without it. You can get by without feeling I need it. You know what I mean? But overall, let's dive into this list, see what we got going on here, and we'll talk about some changes that I'm going to make to it, or I would make to it at the end of the video. But for right now, let's see what we got going on here. We're running with 15 2K counters, be it 4 Struzen, 4 Beji, and then we're going to go ahead and take 4 Satori, and then 3 Charlotte. Now, there are certain 2K counters in this list in which you can't search out, such as Beji and Satori. The other ones, Struzen and Charlotte, can be searched out with Pudding and Pawseplay's, but do keep in mind that the other 2K counters are in the deck for a reason. This is one of the best counters in the whole game right now, especially in decks such as Enel and Katakuri, any decks that allow you to manipulate life, such as Yellow. It stops your opponent from attacking you, no matter which card you choose, the leader or a card on board. Off the trigger, this card is very, very strong, and there's no replacement for it. Like, you have to have 4 at the end of the day. Struzen is specifically in here for red decks. Zoro has a really good time against Katakuri. You know, he can manage it quite well. So Satori allows you to remove those cards, you know, those 1-drops, those pesky bodies on board with ease if you need to. And of course, Zoro runs quite a bit of them. We really shouldn't have to go over it, but, you know, in case you don't know, it allows you to get rid of the Namis here. You can go ahead and get rid of the Makinos, the Magras, everything here generally in Zoro, the Sunny Kuns, the Sanjis. This card allows you to slow down their, you know, their curve and their board state, but at a cost of discarding a trigger from your hand. Now, at the end of the day, we are also running for Satori. This card cannot be searched out by Pudding or Pawseplay's, but off a trigger for your first life, Satori, Sanji, and Cracker, and or Pawseplay's are going to put you at a very high advantage on board, and I want to try to max out as many triggers as I can with getting use out of every card on this list, if possible. Between your Cracker and your Satori, these are some of your biggest cards that you want to have off rip for your first life, and usually speaking, I see a lot of Katakuri players doing this. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but you might want to try to get into the rhythm of, on your first attack, peek at your life first. That way you can, you know, set yourself up for the following turn, depending on what trigger that's going to be in your life, whether it's a Cracker, a Satori, like I said, a Sanji or a Pawseplay's. It allows you to play your curve quite well, but overall, I digress. Let's dive into the rest of this list here. We're taking a peek at 2 Gedetsus, right? Gedetsu is a card in which you can go up to 4 if you choose to. I personally feel 4 is too many for me. It feels a little bit clunky. I do like 3, 2 and 3. I think that's the sweet spot. This gets you a lot of value in a lot of matchups. More so matchups in which you have a harder time of removing bodies, such as the Ohm or Holy. Gedetsu just, you know, with ease you can get rid of those, which is pretty nice. In certain matchups, this feels like a dead card, and we shouldn't really have to explain what that is, right? I think you guys know. Whitebeard, Red Purple Luffy, and obviously the other Luffy in the format, which can put yellow decks behind pretty bad, which is Purple Luffy, you know, because the one card that nobody likes right now, Magellan, if you're a yellow player. But those 3 decks, generally, Gedetsu doesn't get a lot of value out of. Let's be fair, because they have less life. Now, anything else in the format, this card will normally see play, but again, I run at 2. You can up it if you choose to. This is just my personal preference. And then we take 3 Brules. 3 feels very consistent. you can go 4, but I feel like even at running 3, I always see her at least once or twice a game. Every single time. I feel she's a very, very good card off trigger, and she's pretty solid to throw off on hand as well if need be. She always has a use, no matter how you want to play her. And then when it comes to the events here, we only run 5, be it 3 Thunderbolts and 2 Amaru. The Thunderbolts, 3 is going to be the sweet spot, considering I feel like 4, personally, is a little bit clunky, a little bit too clunky, you know what I mean? Because, again, I don't want to have to take my life to use a Thunderbolt unless I have no other out. Generally speaking, having 4, most of the time I find out that I end up getting them in hand and I can't really make use of them at that point in the game. So, you know. And then we run 2 Amarus. Just like Thunderbolt, Amaru is able to deal with blockers, but more successfully, especially when it comes to the end game, because this card here will allow you to rest Borsalinos if need be. And with your leader ability, this is one of those other cards in which, if this is on top of your life, with Katakuri you can place it on bottom, same thing with like a Beji, and that way you're safe at end game, which is really, really good, especially when you need something to survive until you drop a 10 cost mom or 7 cost mom. But that's something to consider. Even Yamato, in which in this case this is a very, very big body for what she allows you to do. She allows you to heal a life and kill something on board equal to your life or your opponent's, which is very, very strong. And she answers Katakuri, because Katakuri cannot remove this card. He can remove your 7 cost mom, but he cannot remove the Yamato. So in a deck playing against something like Enel, this is a pretty solid choice, because most Enel lists do run 8 cost Katakuri, and Yamato can kind of combat that a little bit. But overall, you're generally going to be running 4 10 cost big moms, and then 3 to 4 7 drop big moms. And this overall has been my list, and I do hope you guys give it a shot. Let me know what you think about it. In most matchups that we're going to go over today, I'm going to try my best to talk, as much as I can over what I'm doing and all that sort of thing. There are certain matchups where you have to come at them completely different than you normally would, be it Sakazuki, Zoro, what's the other list I'm thinking about? I think Enel is a little bit challenging too for most Katakuri players if you play it wrong.
Now, before we get into today's games, I do want to go ahead and say thank you to ACG Town for sponsoring this video. This is one of the places where I come to look at certain anime, and when it comes to like apparel and all that sort of thing, this is one of the websites. It's actually pretty solid. They have some decent prices, let alone there's sales all the time for all of your favorite animes out there. One Piece from Demon Slayer to Honkai Star Rail, not an anime, but it's something that everyone out there is playing right now. Genshin Impact, Jujutsu Kaisen, there's a lot of stuff here from Bleach, Fairy Tail, all that sort of stuff. Apparel, all sorts of apparel, from 3D printed hoodies, which are actually really, really good. And we're not talking about like those generic hoodies or t-shirts you find inside of the mall that has just, a random anime picture on it. No. These actually look really, really good, man. These look pretty fire. Those of you guys out there that work out and stuff and are interested in shorts, they have that double layer aspect to them. I know it's something simple, and when it comes to phone cases, they range from a wide of different animes and mobile games and stuff, such as Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, all of that. But overall, give this place a shot. Let me know what you think about it.
I feel like that was a little bit too greedy, and I probably should have mulliganed this, I'm not gonna lie. Because we are playing against Zoro here. So, if we do lose, probably because I got greedy. But we will try our best, see what we can do here. And if I sound a little different, I apologize. We just got a brand new studio mic here, so I'm very excited for it. And I'm still doing testing when it comes to the bass and the tone and all that sort of thing with the mic, so I apologize in advance. But let's go and dive into this game here. So we get Tsunami, gets himself a Sunny Kun, and the second one's going to go ahead and get what? A Luffy. Okay. I think that is the 4 cost one, so not too bad. Some people might not agree with my take on this, but when it comes to playing into Zoro, I generally try to starve him out as much as I possibly can when it comes to Katakuri, and we just go for board until we get to a point where I'm healthy enough to drop my big moms and go for game. But most of the time, I play this matchup kind of slow, and I think this is where a lot of people kind of lose focus, considering the fact that Zoro is a very aggressive deck. And if you guys keep letting him just go for face and you possibly not get a trigger, that could really hurt you a lot more than you realize by giving him free cards off his life. So we're going to go ahead and just get down Pawseplayz here, right? We're not going to attack with Satori, just so we have a body on board to deal with the rest of his units here, in case he does get like a Zoro or anything else that has Rush. I want to be ready for it, because he also does have 7 cards in hand. He's got 2 Sunny Coons and 2 Namis here on board. So potentially he gets off 2 attacks and then leader. Yeah, nice. Okay. So we're going to go 5. A lot of these hits we're going to start taking. I'm not worried about it too much up until the point where I get into that kill range with Diable Jambe. You know what I mean? We should be able to clean this board up here. We'll clean the Nami up, and we'll hope to try to get the Sunny Coon. 6 Dawn active. A Gadetsu would have been nice here. Let's look at my life. Okay. Oh, you know what? We'll keep that on top. Now, I kind of want to attack with Satori, but I really... I think that would be a misplay, just in case he is running Jet Pistol, you know? Still 7 cards. I think he would want to clear Pawseplayz, but we'll see. He does drop a Luffy, though. So he goes 5 at what? I'm going to block out Pero as much as I can, if that's who he decides to go for. And I do want to keep Sanji up. So I'm going to choose not to block here with Sanji, and just get rid of the 2Ks. Do the same thing. Oh wow, he actually attacked with Luffy. Alright, we'll take it then. That's fine. Speaking of Gadetsu, I wish I could, but I can't. Because I'd love to pop the Nami here. So obviously it looks like we're going to be taking the Pawseplayz, in which Gadetsu still couldn't pop Luffy, considering he's at 4 life. So I don't think he'd get him a lot of value here anyhow, other than just getting rid of the Nami. Alright, now what? What do you do? Thank you. Goodness. Oh, sweet. Speaking of Gadetsu. Okay. Now we can drop Linlin here on curve, but again, I want to clear board. I'm in no rush right now, and I don't feel threatened currently, unless if I would have played the 7-drop, right? Without clearing board, I'd probably be in a lot of trouble. He could possibly go for game. Because that's an unblockable with Luffy. My hand is, you know, no counter. If he has Diable Jambe, it could be bad news. So, but we got rid of 2 cards there, which is really, really good here. We're going to save Gadetsu to get rid of the Nami. We're going to go 7K. No, actually, you know what? Let's try to get rid of the Luffy. I think that's probably smart. Let's go 8K into Luffy. Then we'll save 1 Dawn up for Sanji, just in case. Okay, Shruzen. Go 8K, so he needs 3K counter here. Which is possible for him to have. Alright, so he lets the Luffy stay alive here. We got rid of another Luffy and a Makino, so I can't really be too mad about it. We still have 3 life, so I don't feel too pressured to get rid of him this turn. Instead, we're just going to go for the Sunny Coon and drop the Gadetsu to get rid of the Nami. Bare minimum, we're taking 2 attacks the following turn. Unless he has another Zoro or another Luffy in hand. Nice. Alright, we'll pop that, we'll pass. And if he doesn't kill the Gadetsu, we can hopefully use him to get an attack in the following turn. Okay, Zoro. Or go for board here again. like I said, we're trying to control the board as much as we possibly can, because we can come back in the late game due to the fact that we can heal up. Alright, Luffy's unblockable, which sucks. So that's a guaranteed damage unless he goes to try to kill Satori or Sanji here. Which I don't think he would with Luffy. Alright, it's going 7. Okay. Yep, you got it. I'd assume Zoro's going to run into Satori. Nice. Then we're taking this one in the face. Alright, so we know what this trigger is here, which should help us out in a little bit later on, but we'll see. Oh yeah, we're good, we're good. Alright, let's see. What should we do here? Realistically, I really wanted to drop the 10 cost bomb, but I think we have to deal with this board, otherwise we lose in the following turn. And by not attacking his life, we stall him out. We starve him out of getting cards here. Nice. Let's go for Luffy as well. I'll keep it. This gives me another body on board to clear his board. 8k. What do you have here, bud? Does he have enough? Nice. Let's go, boys. Let's get down to Linlin. Cool. We'll take it. And that is just something that you like really love to see, considering the fact that he didn't get that life for, you know, for a 2k. Instead, we just burn it. Unfortunately, he does get a 10 cost rush Luffy, and if we don't hurry up, we would definitely lose in the following turn. Smart. You got it. I will guard out here. Now we can drop Linlin, but we have to deal with this Luffy. Alright, let's go 12 here. This will force him to give me a 2k and a 1k to survive, because we get the power up with our leader effect here. We'll put that on top. That's fine. Okay, cool. So we did have the counter, and now we can attach the rest of the Don to Linlin and get rid of the Luffy instead of going for face. I'll just pass it back here. And then on the following turn, we can go ahead and drop the Linlin. That sounds about the plan. Nice. He should smartly attach all Dawn to leader and just get rid of my Linlin, because we don't have enough counter to protect it here. Because he'd be at 14k. Okay, never mind. We'll take it. I mean, I don't see why not. Get rid of Pawseplay's. Maybe he's just trying to go for game as quickly as he can, which might have been the right play. I don't know yet. We'll see. Let's go 8 to face. I probably should have went 5 to face first, right? Yeah, I probably should have done that. Oh well. Go 5 here. And then he'll have to get rid of hand to protect himself here. Nice. And as long as that's not a Luffy, we should be good. Or I guess a Zoro at this point, right? Nice. We did it, boys. We got there. Everybody's favorite matchup here, the battle against triggers. And we got no pudding here in hand yet again. Oh well. I could potentially go 5 and this drop Pawseplay's, but I kind of just want to go face. Might just feel a little bit too greedy, but generally speaking, most Anels kind of take the first hit anyway. Just go 5 and see what he wants to do. Does he do it? Yeah, cool. Alright, let's get a Pawseplay's down. We'll pass it up. I will block out, actually, getting rid of the Brûlée. So with this match particularly, I do try to guard out as much as I can when I play against Anel players. Oh, that's nice. We'll put that on bottom. appreciate it. Thank you, Amaru. And that's strictly because, you know, they do have the Rush Katakuri, they do have Cracker, and what's the other one? Yamato. So I like to guard early as much as I can. That way I can survive in the later game and just burn his life when it comes to my big moms. Get down to Sanji, we'll pass it up. So he does have double attack here for Cracker. And I'm going to let this one go through, considering I'm a yellow deck. Bro, you know, we like triggers, so might as well. And we get 2 of them too, so that's crazy. Yep. Wow, you feel safe at 8. Dang. I get a Strusen and another Sanji. Ooh. What do we do here, though? Do we just get rid of the Cracker? Just because Cracker in this matchup's not going to get a lot of value here. We'll give him the 2K. We'll block out here again. I really don't want to take these hits for free. And I do want Sparrow on board. So I don't know why he didn't go for Pero, to be fair. Alright, so we get a beige on the NL, which is huge in that scenario. Otherwise, we would have had to have given up the 2K or Sanji there. Let's go for the dog. Okay. Let's go for the dog again. And again. We're going to be very aggressive here trying to clear a board. Nice. Now we can potentially drop Big Mom. Oh wow, he actually decided to give me the life instead. That's crazy. Alright, he's got 2 ohms down, leader swing, and possibly the NL. Can I get some 2Ks here? Please. Thank you. Another beige. Let's go, boys. The power of yellow. Alright, so there's the NL. Yeah, you got it. Alright. Yamato coming down here is probably not the play we want to do. We do get to heal up, though, right? And that could be huge, but he has 3 cards in hand, so I'm kind of just going to go for face. Gives me a 2K. What could that be? I guess you could have an Amaru or Beji there as well, which would really suck. But I think if we play the Yamato here, we probably lose the game. Depending on what those 2 triggers are, but yeah, I'm not willing to risk it. Let's go 9 to face. Okay, Shirahoshi, Yamato, and what? Double Yams. Love to see it, boys. And a Katakuri. Okay. Let's go 9 here. What's that? 5. Yeah, this will work. This will work. This is 9. Okay, so it gets another 2K counter over there. And then we go 10 here. And that should be game. Nice. Math is hard sometimes, but we got there. I do want to mention it, though, before we dive into this one. Our previous game, right? What was the last one? We played against a Nell. That is just one of those matchups where I feel like is always a 50-50 on both sides. And most of the time, to me, it feels like it comes down to who has the better triggers. Considering you're both playing yellow, it's just how I feel. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have a harder time versus Katakuri as playing an L, vice versa. Just for me, realistically, I feel like it's always the battle of triggers, more so than anything else. But let's dive into this game here. Considering we are playing into a Sakazuki, I come at this match like I'm playing Film Uta, whereas in Film Uta, I like to take every hit and build up a hand, because I build up a hand on my leader swing and on my life. So with that regard, we can just rest units, right, and go for game with Uta. I kind of come at this match the same as I'm playing Katakuri. We get off that first swing, look at life. It's a Brûlée on top, which is really, really good for us. So he'll have to Hound Blaze one of these cards here, and that's really good for us considering both of these cards don't have a lot of value, and we're going to be taking hits more than likely here in this matchup anyhow, because we're looking for as many 2Ks as we possibly can that can sustain us into the late game. That way we're able to drop Big Mom after Big Mom if it comes to that point. If it doesn't, we're just going to be swinging relentlessly with our leader, not giving him an opportunity to pop a lot of cards with Rob Lucci. Alright, so he discards a Pilaf. With this leader effect to draw a card. He's got 4 Dawn active. Potentially an Eruption to a Houndblaze here, or potentially just drops a Lucci to kill me. Because he does have enough cards in the drop to do so. Goes 5 to face. Now we know this is a Brule, so we're going to go ahead and take this hit. He didn't activate leader effect either. So put Pudding down to a 0, so I'm cool with this. What are you going to decide to do? He's got 4 in trash. Already has Rebecca down there, which is huge for me. There goes a Greater Eruption. So we just going to Houndblaze. I'd imagine, right? Yep. Nice, you forgot to give the boost. Love to see it. I mean, regardless, we would have taken the hit anyway. I mean, we could have countered out as well, so I mean, We're at 7 right now, or sorry, we're at 5 right now. I kind of just want to go ahead and go 3 here, and then go 7 to face and drop Pawseplay's. And that might be the smart play. Go 7. Let's look at his life this time. We'll put that on bottom. That is really, really good that we actually saw Kuzan there. Considering the fact that having a Kuzan on board versus yellow can be detrimental, because it forces me to have to Thunderbolt it and or Gadetsu. In this scenario, I'd have to Thunderbolt it. Because that makes it so much easier for him to just get rid of my Big Moms. Now, I've noticed that doing this match, right, Pawseplay's he is like MVP most of the time. Considering the fact that this man is a body on board and replaces himself, he has to get bottom decked for him not to get value. If not, he's just constantly swinging for 5s. You know what I mean? Alright, goes 7. We'll take the hit. We get another 2K counter. We have 9K counter in hand right now. What are you taking, bro? Ahina. Why? What was the point? I mean, if he had a Houndblaze, it was probably better for him to just -1 on the Pawseplay's than Houndblaze me with the 2 Dawn instead of attaching Dawn to leader. But I don't know what's in his hand here. Be aggressive. Go face. This will force him to either block or get rid of cards in hand. Let me get some 2Ks, buddy. Thank you. Let's go 5 again. And then we'll drop a 7-cost Mom. We'll pass it up. We have 10K counter in hand as well, and a 10-cost Mom ready to go. Oh, sweet. Thanks for the life, bud. Appreciate you. So he's at 7 cards in hand here. I don't see Big Mom living this turn, realistically. His Dawn right now is enough to get rid of her with a Borsalino or like an Ice Age into a Houndblaze. But if he does drop a Borsalino here, he only has 1 blocker on board. So that gives me the potential to have 2 swings, which will get rid of a lot more cards in hand. Sure, why not? Oh, sweet. We'll take it. Drop this down here as well. Okay, Rob Lucci. So he kills the Pawseplay's and the Pudding. And we get another Brule out of that, which is really, really good. Considering the fact that it's a blocker here and a 1K counter versus a Sakazuki, I think it's pretty good right now. We go up to 9 Dawn here. We're at 12K counter in hand. 11, sorry, math is hard. We'll go 8 to face. This will force him to block out or take damage. And I think we're going to do the same exact thing and just drop another Big Mom. Let's be a little bit aggressive. Okay. Pawseplays wouldn't be bad here, right? We can get rid of our Brule just to have another body on board. Yeah, we'll keep it on top. I think putting him on bottom is kind of it's kind of hurting me, you know? Dropping our Lin. This should give me another life. Nice. Good job, buddy. So now Pawseplays is not the next card, but the card underneath that. So that's something to remember. He's got 7 cards in hand here. One of these Linlins should possibly go to the trash here. He's got enough Dawn to attach Dawn to his cards and go for it. But we're not going to let it happen due to Brule. So we'll see what he wants to do. 5 to face. But doing that potentially might just open us up to other attacks, or for him to just immediately remove the Brule. So he's actually going to get rid of my 7 cost. Yep, there goes Borsellino. But I think by him doing that, he just lost the game. He's got 5 cards in hand. 1 blocker up, 1 life left. I think we win here. If I wanted to be greedy, right? I could play for board, or we can just go for face. Let's go ahead and be safe. Let's drop the 10 cost Mom. We'll get the attacks in here. He'll have to block out or give me the 1k counter. Let's go over here. Not sure why he decided to do that, but that's fine. We'll go 8k to face. He should have enough counter in hand, right? Good job. We'll pass it up. And then no matter what, we should win this turn, unless he's got like 2 more blockers in hand. Because then I'm betting, you know, all of my Dawn on Brule at that point. Definitely kills Big Mom right now. Like, there's no chance she survives this turn. Alright, so there's 2 costs minus. She's at an 8. He goes 8k to face. Oh no, 8k to Big Mom. Alright. We just block out, right? That seemed like the better idea. Okay. Ice Age. It's a Lucci. So he didn't have a Houndblaze at all. And he was forced to do it this way. So now this means he doesn't have any other blockers on board to protect him from my attacks here. This is 8 here. We'll block out. And I think we're golden, boys. Sure. I mean, he's not gonna, you know, attack with Borsellino, let's be fair. Another 2k counter in here. 2 cards in hands. Okay. Yeah, that's it. 9k here. And I guess we'll dive into another one after this. Sweet. Let's go, boys. This is not something we normally do, but he decided to run it back, and, you know, why not? Sakazuki is one of those harder matchups, so, you know, to be fair. Overall, though, this hand is not the best. No pudding, no Big Moms. But we do have quite a bit of counter already in hand, and we're ready to go. Ooh, that's terrible. What did he get? Ooh, that feels real bad. Let's just be aggressive. Let's go 9 to face. We'll check my life out. We'll keep it on top. Sanji can come off of life here by getting rid of Brule, which probably be the best play. 4 Dawn active. What does he do? Because we didn't give him a body on board for him to remove with Houndblaze. Instead, he's going to have to work at it a little bit. With Sanji, at least, he'll have the Greater Eruption into a Houndblaze. We'll take the hit. Now what do you do? Does he have it? And is it worth it? Wow, okay. Whatever, man. He gave it the boost this time. We'll take the hit as well. Sweet, we'll Thunderbolt that. 1 done active. Another 2k. Alright, let's go be aggressive. This is also something I've learned here by playing this matchup a lot with Uta. Instead of just playing bodies on board until you actually need to drop, you know, your Luffy, you just keep constantly going face. And if you notice, I tried to do the exact same thing as I did last match, where the only bodies I want to have on board are the ones from my triggers and or Peril Sparrow. Until that point, we're just going face, man. Like, that was 10k right there. So, I don't remember where our last life was, actually. That sucks. Got distracted by talking. It happens. Borsalino. Okay. Another Borsalino. We'll take it. Play down Satori. Get rid of Beji here. Get another body on board. So now, depending on what we draw here. Sweet. Nice. I was hoping that was going to be a 7-cost Mom, but this will work out. Let's go 9 to face with Satori. And then we'll go 9 to face with Leader as well. So this will force him to give me a life or give me cards in hand. And either way, we're getting rid of this Borsalino. Let's be fair. You guys play with triggers? Am I missing something? Oh, okay. Great Eruption. Fair, fair. Alright, get rid of Sanji here. Let's go 9 again. Hey, we'll keep that on top. Pass it up. So we got a 9 Dawn this turn, in which he has no bodies on board to combat me. He's going to have blockers down, otherwise he loses. He needs to get rid of my Satori right now. At the bare minimum. Okay. Are you feeling risky? So we know he has Rebecca in trash, right? You got 2 Rebeccas, a Borsalino, and a Roblucci here. Potentially, he can get back a Rebecca. Rebecca can get back a Borsalino, right? So he has 1 blocker at the very least. But then Satori still stays on board because he didn't remove her. Okay, so he gets the Rebecca. He takes Borsalino from trash. Okay, good, 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 good. Okay. He got himself a Hina. Not bad, but 7k. At least he went for the body, though, but we have the counter in hand. So, I don't think nothing was wrong with how he played that. He needed to get rid of the Satori. Unfortunately, he just didn't have enough. So by him playing Moncherie to do this, this means he doesn't have any other blockers on board. That was his final scenario that he could possibly do. At least I think so. But now we do know he does have a Borsalino, at the very least, because he got it off the Rebecca. But he still has 1 blocker on board. Do I play this a little greedy and just pop Thunderbolt? Remember, Beji is on top right now. He's got 8 cards in hand. And I feel like if I do pop Thunderbolt on the Rebecca, we'll probably just lose in the following turn at this point. Let's be a little greedy here. See if it'll pay off. Because we can still go 9 and 9. And we have 4k counter in hand. Not including whatever that trigger is. Okay, alright, we're good. We have 6k counter now. So we should be aight. Okay, so he takes that life. We'll do the exact same thing. We'll go 9 again. Although, yeah, no, let's just go face. Let's go face. He's got to have it. Uh-huh. the Borsalino, right? Good job. The reason why I'd assume it was going to be the Borsalino is just because he can get it back with Manchiri. Or he can get back to Rebecca, the Rebecca can get back to Borsalino. You know what I mean? It's like a never-ending cycle. So that was the correct way. But now he's at 10. And he still has 7 cards in hand here. Oh, you just going for it. That's crazy. Remember, we're good. We are good. Even if he goes 9 here. You know, this is a little risky, and I'm not sure why he's doing this. I don't know what his hand is, but I would feel like if he took it a little bit slower, he would have been okay. Because what he could have done, right? He could have rested the Manchiri by doing the ability, right? Getting back a Rebecca. Rebecca will get back a Borsalino. He plays down with double blocker and just attacks me for face. Yeah. This is what I think he should have done. Because he had Rebecca in trash, and he discarded the Borsalino from the counter. So that's 2 blockers back. He could have played a little bit safer there and not risked it. And we didn't even need to drop the mom. What's in your hand, man? Yeah, he was good. He could have played a little bit safer. He probably wouldn't have won, but, you know, each their own. Let's do one more. Alright, like I said, we'll do one more game here. And looks like we're playing against Red Purple Luffy, which is going to be a pain in the butt. It's like playing against Whitebeard, but worse. Every single time. But we'll try our best. We actually get a pudding here, and we go into a 7-cost Linlin, which is pretty solid here. The downside to this is we're going to have to try to play around Law, and that looks going to be a little bit challenging, because I like to take life when it comes to this match. We're going to have to be a little bit aggressive here. Let's just go 9 to face. Ooh. Leave that on top. So we get another body on board, which is pretty solid here. Unfortunately, he is a 6k leader, so I'm going to have to invest some Dawn into it to be able to actually get an attack off, which does suck. We can play around the Law like this, in case he does have it in hand, which I assume he did. Yeah, that's right. Now you don't know what to do. Crazy. Big brain play right there. I'm trying to tell you. So we know he has Zoro at the very least. Yep. I think he was going to play Law down. We're at 5. Did we just do it? Just go 6 and then put the rest of Dawn on leader and go 10k? He left 1 Dawn open. Radical Beam. We'll put that on bottom. Or, yeah, bottom's fine. Alright, give me some 2Ks. There's no shot you take this hit. Alright. Let's get down a blocker here. We'll pass up turn. I think having a Sanji here is probably better than just going 6k with Satori. I mean, he would have given us another card, but having a safety net is probably better here. Because he's about to ramp up. He's at 6. Trying to think. What could he do here? Attack out with Zoro, gain a free Dawn, go up to 7. At the very least. He doesn't even have to attach a Dawn for Zoro, but he did. That's fine. Get rid of the not chopper, get rid of the cracker. Block out here again. I mean, to be fair, so far we're looking pretty good. There's the Law that he was probably going to drop earlier. We get another Big Mom here. See if we can clear this real fast. He's got the counter in hand to protect it. I'm not sure if he needs it at this point, to be honest. But I'm okay. Give me free counter cards. That's fine with me. That's 7 Dawn, right? Yeah. He goes up to 9 next turn, and leader ability ramps him to 10. So he doesn't need the Zoro Joro at all at this point in the game. But he wants to keep it alive for some reason. Well, we're going to keep at it. There we go. Was it worth it? Let's get that Big Mom down. Get rid of Anami. We know the last card over there is a Radical Beam. He's got 1 blocker on board. He has to clear my board here. In which he can do, considering we only have 1 2K. But I don't think he's going to risk the law into an attack. I think that would be a little bit silly. But he's at 10. So this is a possibility of having a Newgate or a, was it the 10 cost Luffy? That allows him to take another turn. Because if that's the case, he can clear both my Sanji and my Satori. Okay, a Newgate instead. Alright. Love to see it. That's just going to make it a pain to go for game the following turn. Yep, you got it. There's no shot you attack with that. Good. Alright. We'll go up to 9 Dawn here. I'm feeling comfortable. Even though he has a Newgate on board, we have 2 Big Moms, right? So we can heal up after he does damage to us on the following turn. We should be okay. So that's 10, 12. Let's do this instead. Let's go 13. So just in case he does have a Rad Beam, he has to give me another 2K to stay alive here. Otherwise he loses the last life. Thankfully, Sanji cannot be popped due to Newgate's effect, considering the fact that he's a 5K, not a 3. So we should be okay. Alright, so now he has a Radical Beam. I think here we can just get him, you know, to use it. Ooh. That's another body on board. Realistically. But we don't really need that right now. Does he give me the Rad Beam or not? What do you think? Okay, never mind. What's that? Jet Gatling? Fair. Still has at least 1 in hand. Unless he had another one already. So let's just say he's got 2 Rad Beams right now. Hypothetically. That is 14K counter. Or puts him to 14K, sorry. He's got 1 blocker on board. So perhaps we do 10K with Lin Lin, right? That'll eat up 1 Rad Beam and a 1K or a 2K counter in hand. And then we just go face with Katakuri, and that'll get rid of the blocker. Or he just kills Big Mom here. So that does suck. Because we don't have enough counter for this. Unless he messes up here. Nice. It looks like we will have to drop the 10 cost Mom. He decided not to attack there for some reason. I'm not sure why. Perhaps, considering he saw... No, I moved my last life to the bottom, so I'm not sure why he didn't attack. But you know what? We'll take it. That's fine. Go back up to 5. Sure. Nice. Another 2K. Yep. Alright, so another Paro Sparrow. So we have another Paro Sparrow on the bottom of our life as well. Get rid of that, get another body down. He hasn't used any Dawn yet, so it's a potential that he drops a Luffy. But I would think he'd want to attack with Law first before he did that, if he's going to. And then he swings again with Luffy and Luffy, and that'll put me at 0 life, depending on what my triggers are. Attaches 5 Dawn the Nami. Did not see that coming. Okay. It's a little risky, but alright. 4 Don open. Go and counter this out. He leaves up 4 Dawn, so but again, potential for 2 Rad Beams at the very least, right? I think we can go for game here. Or do we play it safe and just drop another Linlin on board? I think we have to try to go for game. Here's an 8K. Okay, Bagua. Let's go 10K. This will be a Rad Beam and something else. Yeah, but we'll keep that on top. Because you know the next one's a Perilous Sparrow. Wonder why he did it like that instead. 15. I guess either way, right? Yeah, either way. Oh well. We're gonna go ahead and dive back into the deck list, and we'll talk about a few changes. I'll see you guys in a split second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys if you made it to to the end of the video today. This was a long one. This is probably another like 50 to hour long video today. So I apologize for a longer video, although some of you guys tend to like it, even though I talk way too darn much. But in any case, we're gonna go ahead and take a peek at some of the yellow cards in which we can replace some of the ones that we have in the deck here, and we'll talk about it real fast before we end the video. In which I want to include Shirahoshi, and I know a lot of people love this card for many reasons, and it's very, very good in the meta right now. Allows you to cycle cards in your hands in case you're looking for your big moms, in case you were unlucky, didn't get one, or you need a 2K to stay alive. And with that being said, I'm opting to take out 1 Linlin and then 1 2K counter, which will push us from 15 2Ks to 14 2Ks, which isn't too bad and doesn't hurt us as much. That way we can fit at least 2 Shirahoshis into the deck. I don't feel like you need to see 4, because at most you want to be able to see her maybe once a game, if that, and generally speaking maybe 2 to 3 at most. That way you're able to see her consistently. But that's just my take. I do think she's very, very good just because she allows you to cycle cards, dead cards in hand. The other option would be I would take out 1 Cracker to add in at least 1 more Shirahoshi. And this would probably be what I would run for a brand new player, or for a player who doesn't want to shell out money for Katakuri. Now, the other downside to this is when you are playing with Shirahoshi, it feels like you need Katakuri. And that's just because you're able to put her back on life to cycle her again and all that sort of thing. So that is something to consider if you don't want to play with Katakuri. It feels much better with Katakuri with Shirahoshi, but you can definitely still make the deck work and be consistent without him, period, and just with Shirahoshi. But overall, I do like both setups here. This one without her, and then with her included, by taking away 1 Cracker, 1 Charlotte to add in double Shirahoshi, and then you could also take out 1 Big Mom to make sure you have 3. This way you're able to see her consistently. But this is just my take on Katakuri. I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Give me a shout out in the comments for those of you out there who still struggle with this leader or struggle playing into this leader. What are your matchups? What are your deck lists? Thoughts or your opinions? All that sort of thing. This has been Pawseplays. Remember, guys, smash the like button. It really helps me out a ton, man. Getting these videos floating around. I appreciate you guys. And I will catch you on locals on the weekend. I'll see y'all the next time. Stay safe out there.